in the building, man.
What's poppin', Talks fam? You can now listen to our show on demand. To keep up with our latest shows, some of our favorite moments, and exclusive interviews, make sure you head over to iHeart Radio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Baby, what you wanna do?
Playing nothing but bangers.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Normani.
Hey, this Cardi B.
What's poppin' Atlanta? Keep the party going all weekend.
Show me you outside, boy. Hey, I'm Lamar.
With Abbie Knights, DJ Rhea, Jenny Ruby, and DJ Cadence on.
What's up? This is Magic Jordan.
This is Drizzy Drake.
I know you've been searching for someone.
The Abbie Knights Show.
What's going on, everybody? And we're back. It's myself, Abbie Knights, and DJ Cadence up in the building.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
How you doing? First of all, we got a lot to talk about real quick before we dive into what we got going on today. We need to hear about your Bucks experience this past weekend.
Hey, so I had a great weekend. Shout out to all my people in Tampa. We didn't win the game, but it's all good, man. I'm going to send some pictures to Abbie. She can put them up so y'all can see them and everything like that. I had an amazing trip. I would tell anybody, I know a lot of people are fans of teams that are like not by you, you know, like your team, you may be like Green Bay fan and you live in San Francisco or something like that. Go see your team live, man. It's a great experience just to be around all of your fans and thousands of people. The Chiefs travel well, so shout out to the Chiefs, you know, and since I'm in Kansas, I still rock with the Chiefs. They cool. I don't have a problem with them. That's why I went to the game. But, man, it was amazing to go to Tampa and just see my own fans and see my mascot. I took pictures with the cheerleaders, all of that stuff. I had a great time. So
I bet cool. You did take pictures with the cheerleaders.
Hey, you know me. That was one for it. It's like being a kid. You come off the highway. You know, Tampa has tons of water and stuff like that. You know, and you come off the bridge, and it's like you see the big old stadium, and I literally said, "Oh, there it is." You know, like a kid going to Disneyland. You know, like I was so excited. I had such a good time, you know. So
that makes me so happy for you. For those of you tuning in for the first time, Cadence is a ridiculously devoted Bucks fan.
Let's go Bucks. And I'm a Bucks fan before Tom Brady got there. I've been a Bucks fan since they changed the jerseys. They changed them in the 90s. I became a Bucks fan. So I've been through all the highs and lows, a lot of lows and a couple of highs. But, you know, it's what we do in football, man. But that's my squad. Everybody always asks me how I became a Tampa fan, man. That's my squad. Let's go.
Those my people. Let's go.
I love Tampa Bay. Let's go.
Well, I'm really glad that you had an amazing time while you were out there. I think it's really important when you share, you know, a passion like that for anything to finally be able to see it live. It's like going to see your favorite artist in concert.
Facts.
Which, oh my God, I got to tell you, Cadence. So I was covering a show for Hype Magazine this weekend. It's called the Atlanta R&B Music Experience, I believe, is the full name for it. Anyway, Monica was headlining. They had Tevin Campbell, Tamar Braxton, 112, H-Town next. It was like all the nostalgia you could possibly want. They had tons of great friends, you know, coming in. They had Tamika Scott from Escape came, King Combs, Diddy's son, for those of you that aren't familiar. John from Silk got on stage, showed some love. Listen, it was a packed house. Lil' Kim walked up on stage, greeted the entire crowd. Everybody was going crazy. She didn't do the no, she didn't do that.
She should. She got to do that everywhere she go. I would walk in like that. That would be my walk-in music every time.
She came in looking real cute with her hair done. And I got to tell you, I have never been to a show where the sound was so incredibly messed up. From people's mics going out to sound levels being up and down. You know it's bad when Tevin Campbell looks at the sound people and he said, "Hey, sound people," into his mic clearly so everybody could hear him. And he was like, "Y'all need to get your ish together." He said the actual word.
Hey.
And he kept singing.
I feel him. I've been on both sides of it because I'm an engineer also, so I do a lot of that stuff, and I used to perform, so I've been on both sides of that. That stage there, and man, it ain't no fun. But a lot of people that are rappers and producers and stuff like that, I'm gonna give y'all a little hint. Get into that side of the game. The engineering part, man, there's good money on that side, and putting on shows and concerts and stuff like that. Because as you see, a lot of people can't do it. So if you got an ear to be able to do that, jump in that lane. Because most of them are old white men sitting back there. They don't even like hip hop music. They just over there doing it because they getting a check. So
It was so, I just got to tell you, it was so bad. I mean, Tevin Campbell told the crowd, he was like, oh my God, you guys sound so much better than I do. And then Tamar Braxton got on stage and she was going off. She put her mic down and the gestures were like, Tamar does not play. And she was
R&B
like,
is like, it's different. Rap, you just up there screaming and yelling. They ain't trying to match no pitch or nothing like that. And so I get where the R&B people come from.
Well, not only that, but when you got a group and half their mics are out, King Combs, when he came out, you couldn't even hear him. But Tamar was like, you know what, y'all? She was getting so mad. You could see her yelling at them. She put her mic down and she put her mic back up and she said, you know what, y'all? I think I'm going to just be professional tonight. And let's just keep going. Even though I sound terrible, my sound's bad, but y'all can help me out. I'm going to have y'all sing with me.
I wonder if they did sound check or not. Because a lot of times, if you should have caught all that in sound check, but at the same time, the engineer might have messed something up too. So I don't know.
I don't know
but
if they
boy,
were.
That's a message.
Yeah, it was a sold out show. So you're talking about 16,000 plus people.
Wow. That's one of them want to get away. You be back over there, can't figure out where to push the buttons and everything. Like, ooh, I can't imagine.
No, and it started an hour late. And then before Monica came on, because, see, one thing about Monica, for those of you that are not in Atlanta, Monica's also known as Gunica, and she don't play. So I already know Monica was like, y'all better get my sound fixed or I'm not coming on stage, period. So they took an entire hour.
So Monica's really like that. Like I've heard
from
that
what
before,
I hear.
But from what, okay.
I mean, I've watched
Shout
her
out
in
to Monica.
interviews, and she checks people and doesn't even think twice about it.
Hey, that's what's up.
You
I
didn't
like
watch-
a little spicy girl. Shout out to Monica. Be a little spicy.
You didn't watch her on The Breakfast Club when Charlamagne was asking Brandy what that mouth do?
Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Monica's reaction was hilarious. But other than that, I mean, it was a great show. Tevin Campbell sang Can We Talk, which is like one of my all-time favorites.
Oh, yeah.
I loved hearing that live. He sounds so good, y'all. Like, after all these years, he sounds exactly the same. Even with his sound being bad, he's just amazing.
You'd be hard-pressed to not put Can We Talk in your top 10 of R&B songs of all time.
You know what we need to
no
do?
matter what
we need to do a
no
top
matter
10
what the
list.
generation is. That would be dope.
Yeah,
do that.
I think we need to do a top 10 R&B
know what?
songs. Meeting in My Bedroom is
And-
definitely in my top 10. I'm telling you that much.
And then for the mix for the day, I'll do an R&B mix. How about that? We can do an R&B
you know
mix
what?
today.
We're going to
Let's do
have
that.
all the feels.
Hey,
I had to ask
we gonna
John
do
John.
a
I'm
R&B
like,
mix for my ladies out there and all my fellas. We just gonna party today. R&B mix with DJ Cadence. There we
all
go.
day. Yeah. now we're really in the mood. It's funny because I was asking John, like, what are you saying after wine? You know, in the song when he's like, hope you're getting ready, gun, don't forget the wine. Nobody knows what he's saying. I'm like, bro, what are you saying? It's like, it is the greatest unsolved R&B mystery of all time.
What'd he tell you? What'd he say?
He says he won't say nothing.
Oh. Okay.
Ad-libbing.
Okay.
He
Makes
just feeling the
sense, makes
music.
sense.
I mean, but it sounds really good. Listen, I don't know what he's saying. It almost sounds like he's saying whole something, and I just roll with it. I don't know what I'm saying. I probably sound crazy, but I sing that song like it's my song. You know?
Yeah, I was excited. That's one of the groups. Like they came to the after party after I DJ'd for them, and I got the DJ and John was hanging out with me and stuff, and he was
He's
like,
so
"Man,
cool.
you are a dope dude." Yeah, he's real cool. I really enjoyed them. So shout out to Silk. They really like down to earth people and stuff. So
Yeah, they're a great group. I mean, you know, I think Lil Wayne was at a party and they were playing one of their songs as well. You know that song. You know what I'm talking about. Let me let you up and down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
So big shout out to John. You know, that's big bro. Love him so much. They also have a concert coming up December 4th in Atlanta. I hear half of the tickets are already sold out. Drew Hill's going to be at that show as well. Escape is going to be headlining it too. I'll have to look up the full lineup and give you guys all the details. But December 4th, if you guys want to catch that show, since this one was sold out, it's your chance to do so. It's the Atlanta R&B Music Experience. So make sure you guys check that out.
Is the big guy back in Drew Hill?
I don't know.
The bigger dude, because you know I've always had. I'm sorry if somebody's listening that's offensive, but I have horrible names. I'm bad with names. But like last time I seen Drew Hill, he wasn't with the group, and I mean it was still an awesome performance. It was really cool and everything. But it's like sometimes you feel like, like if there should be like a disclaimer on the side to be like, big dude ain't gonna be there. You know what I mean? Like, I want to know, if the whole group, especially when it's a group, like if New Edition
when it's a
coming,
group, it's
I
different.
want to know who's coming in New Edition. And you know what I mean? I want to know who's coming. We did Wu-Tang one time and Method Man didn't show up. And while it was still cool, Method Man's a pretty big deal if Method Man ain't gonna show up in the Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's dope.
Just a disclaimer out there for the people. Cadence, I have a question for you.
Throw it at me. Let's go. Man, I'm on vacation mode still. We can do whatever.
No, this is great because I can't wait to hear what you got to say. Why are there stairs there? Just explain that to me.
Because I already know why the stairs is there. Because one, the mirror is right above over there, and sometimes little mama got to go up to the steps where I do. I either got to put the shower on. You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing out here. I get it.
That's what
Slide all that stuff off there. You got a little stage right there coming next to the stage. So you good.
What'd you call it? Sexy chocolate coming to the stage. For those of you right now that are wondering what we're talking about, it's this green bathroom that has this big jacuzzi looking tub with no jets. It looks like this bathroom was put together in the 1920s, and then it just randomly has like 3 steps
70s.
on the end.
That's definitely some 70s stuff, just 20s,
70s, 50s, 40s, I don't know, whatever era that was done in. We don't know why there's 3 random steps. If you guys got a better idea other than cadences for the purpose they serve, please hit us up on Instagram at Talks Radio. And by the way, we got to let the people know, Cadence, when they don't get a chance to catch the show, you guys can also listen on demand on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can watch us on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe to our channels and also hit the like button. And if you've got something to say and you want to share your thoughts with us, definitely make sure you drop that in the comments too, because we love hearing
You ain't got
your
no
thoughts.
excuses. She named all them places. You ain't got no excuses. You better catch us.
No excuses at all. So I don't know if you guys saw the text I sent you, but I learned something new this week. Hopefully Jenny will chime in soon. The battery effect.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Are you familiar with that?
I'm not familiar with it because that's not really one of my favorite positions. But I mean, I'm down to try not anything, but I'm down to try that one. We can see if that works.
I was definitely going to tie you up on that one.
I know you was coming for that one. I couldn't. As soon as it came out, I was like, "Hey, you got to stop her."
Let me retract.
Yeah.
For those of you that are not aware of what the battery effect is, the best way I can say this for morning radio is when 2 people are practicing making babies, and they're doing this with adoration and love. Apparently the heart opens and the energy between both people, given and received, is basically the transfer of energy that it creates is a transmute of emotional trauma, unlocked information within your DNA. It helps align you with your higher self, and it brings pleasure all at the same time. So it's basically win-win-win.
Do you have to be in that? Do you have to be in that position that we seen, or is it like you can be in any position and that works?
Well, they say
my assumptions, because I'm a visual person, I thought it was like you had to be in that position. So people out there on the radio, I'm thinking, basically think of you sitting Indian style and somebody sitting Indian style with you and practicing baby stuff. Yeah, kind of that way. That's how it's kind of going.
You know what? That's a really good way to say that. Practicing baby stuff. That's
practicing baby
Cadence.
stuff.
That was so good.
Hey, let's go.
You know, let's go. So we just thought we'd, help you guys figure out how to, bring out your highest self. You can thank us later. Look it up on the internets, the battery effect, ...
Do you believe that? Do you believe it?
I can kind of see that because your hearts are both aligned, which they say the same thing kind of happens when you hug somebody. And I mean, I don't know. It looks a little complicated as far as like the movement. I'm not based on the way that the legs are like, I don't know, crossed and stuff. I don't know how that all works out. But if any of y'all try it, let us know if it's a winner or a loser. we're trying to know, do we need to add this to our repertoire?
Send some videos and send them to Abbie's DM because she wants to know how this happens.
No.
So,
I don't need pictures or videos.
You heard her.
Nope. You did not hear me say that. I just said I wanted to know if you guys try it. I want the feedback. Does it work? Is it a winner or a loser? I'm just trying to find out. But in other news, speaking of kind of floating and things that make you feel good in a sense. Lamar Odom's been out here. I feel like he's always in the headlines for something kind of outrageous. He says that Kobe came to him in his dreams and basically told him that the afterlife is not all that it's cracked up to be. What are your thoughts, Cadence?
My first thoughts was so I went and watched the video. Well, my first thoughts was there's Lamar being Lamar again, but then my next thought was, well, let me go see the video because maybe it's out of context. So he's in the middle of a podcast and he's just rambling. He's just sitting there rambling. He's just talking. I'm playing basketball with Kobe. And then all of a sudden, Kobe turns around to me. After I missed my shot, Kobe just turned around to me and said, the afterlife ain't what it's cracked up to be. And the dude didn't even reply. Like, my first thought would be like, were you on drugs at this time? Why are you taking this serious? How many things happen in your dreams and you don't just be like, oh yeah, Kobe came to me and it's like it's supposed to make sense. Like, man, I don't know what Lamar got going on. I pray for him and his saneness, but man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was, I don't know. A lot of people are putting his mental health into question. I'm not sure what the full details are on that,
yeah.
but
it sounds like, because it didn't quite sound. It sounded like Antonio Bryant, same thing, or Antonio Brown. I mean, it sounds like the same thing where they're just different sports, but it sounds like there's some type of CTE or something's going on because this stuff ain't making no sense. Did you hear about that?
Antonio Brown was wilding out this past week. He got his whole junk out in the swimming pool and he's pushing his booty out over the water. I was trying to figure out what that was. It's like little kids when they go in the water for the first time and they try to dive and the butt comes up. Like, I don't know. He said the girl took his swimming trunks and everybody's trying to accuse him of. I didn't see it as him sexually harassing anybody because the girl seemed like she was laughing. I'm just trying to wonder, I'm trying to figure out, what's going on in that brain? Because
exactly.
Why? First of all, why are you in a public pool without your bottoms? That for one. I mean, you're a nice looking guy and everything. Don't get me wrong. Great body, all that good stuff. But everybody don't want to see your junk. And
even if you are in there like that, like you're trying to get a job, you're talking about you want to play football still. And part of the problem that you keep having is these PR issues that you keep having. Yeah. So wouldn't something in your head click and be like, man, this is not the appropriate thing to be doing, like trying to do the submarine dance with Mr. Happy. This is not cool. We ain't supposed to be doing this out here.
Mr. Happy.
Man, come on now.
I don't know. He says that people are coming for him for no reason. I don't know what to think. There's a lot going on.
But I do like that little song he got. Put that ish on. Hey, put that ish on. I mean, hey, he be going on that. I can't even front on that one.
Wait, how'd that go again? I like the little dance.
Put that ish on. Hey. Hey,
that's gonna be the new viral dance. Also, Tory Lanez has been in the headlines for all negative things. The latest news on him is that apparently the attorney for Tory Lanez slammed a lawsuit against him that claims the rapper committed a hit and run in Miami against a pregnant driver in 2021. So not only is he currently facing up to 24 years in prison for the incident with Meg Thee Stallion, if obviously found guilty, but now he's also dealing with a new lawsuit of him supposedly having a hit and run with a pregnant woman, which could be one of those things where it could be kind of like intention for possibility of like vehicular homicide or however they decide to title that. It is not a good time to be Tory Lanez today.
No doubt about it.
And like,
if he didn't do this this little thing with Megan, if it comes to find out that he actually did shoot Megan, his career is over. It is over. He has been so much negative stuff, and the only thing keeping him alive is people think Megan is lying. They think Megan's not telling the full story. But if all of that stuff hits him, boy, it's gonna be like a tidal wave, and it's gonna be crazy. Because I love Tory Lanez's music. I think he's very talented as a musician, and he makes great, like, the stuff that you're supposed to hear on the radio, that you feel like supposed to be on the radio when you just pop it on and stuff like that. Tory Lanez is perfect for that type of stuff. So I hope that that's not what we about to run into, but I'm kind of leaning that way, because it seems like he can't keep himself out of trouble. So.
It's not looking good for him right now at all. I mean, I don't know, you guys. If he's found guilty, it's a wrap on Tory Lanez for a long, long time.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
I just feel like we'll just have to keep you guys posted on what goes on here with this situation as the news develops.
Speaking of that, can I touch something real quick? Not touch on, touch on something.
I was like,
Not
touch something. Like, what you got?
But you know what I mean.
There?
I want to touch on a situation right now. So, one of my best friends, her mom is currently in prison for life in prison right now, and getting they're trying to commutate her sentence. Mm-hmm. And this afternoon, I got to sit in on the panel basically and get to like speak and talk about like the situations that she's had with her life and how it's affected her life and everything. And it's such a weird when you got people in prison for life and stuff. I know a lot of people look out and they're like, man, prison is like, if you do something, you're supposed to go to jail forever. But people do change, and that's what prison is supposed to be about. And it's such a weird slope to be sitting in the middle of it and hear her father's side of the family be like, she should sit in jail for the rest of her life because of the things that she has said at trial. And then to hear these new people say she's been in prison for 32 years and her life has genuinely changed and she's done things to make her life better, and they want her release. And it's just so wild to sit there in the middle. And I just wonder what people think, on that, as far as, what it's like for somebody to be in prison for somebody to say they're going to prison forever. And then 30 years, you've actually learned your lesson and actually want to, change yourself. And do you think they should get out? So what do you think about that?
I mean, do you really think people change though? Did you hear Life Jennings talking about his experience with Jeffrey Dahmer of all people?
No, I didn't hear about that at all.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I believe people change though.
He was on there talking about how he was sweeping and cleaning, whatever that is called when you're in jail. And he said that Jeffrey Dahmer was brought in and he was talking about his experience with him and how he was asking him to sing some R&B song or whatever. And he was like, I don't know. It was interesting. If you guys haven't seen it, you need to go watch the video. I don't know.
Did he do the dance?
Maybe he danced like that too.
Wait, so they met in jail?
Watch me, Jeffrey. Watch me dance. You have to watch the Netflix documentary to get what I'm talking about.
Oh,
yeah, his dancing moves are out of control.
Hey, what up, ladies? How y'all doing?
The ladies are back in the building.
Hey. Hey, shout out to Rhea, man. I don't know if y'all people know out here, but Rhea doing big things. I'm going to football games and just living my life. Rhea's actually like at the games, like being a host. They give her a whole microphone, and she get to talk to people and do all of this stuff. So shout out to you. You doing your thing, Let's go. Go.
Hey, let's go, Rhea. We love to see it. Yes. Hey.
So if you go to a Giants, and they winning this year. I bet it's amazing to be there at the Giants games and they're actually doing something good this year. So that's what's up. That's
a little shade.
No, that ain't nothing. No, that ain't no shade. The Giants have been bad for a long. If you watch football, they've been bad for a long time. And their quarterback, even though he's hurt now, with an ankle sprain, he's playing pretty well this year. They're doing good. So shout out to them. I'd rather them win the division than the Cowboys. I know it's a lot of Cowboy fans out there. Ain't nobody talking to y'all because y'all lost to the Bucks. Didn't even score a touchdown. But anyways, shout out to the Giant fans out there. Shout out to Rhea. They in the building. Let's go.
Shout out to, I like how you.
Let's go, Giants and Jets. They're looking pretty good too. They coming back.
Shout out to Breece Hall. My man Breece Hall from over here. His family is out here in Wichita. He played out here in Derby. So shout out to Breece Hall. Get them touchdowns. Let's go. He played for the Jets.
Cadence waits like all year for football season, so he can just start throwing all his stats in. Like, and he had an injury.
We could talk about it for days.
Basketball season's in. Listen, it is going to be lit.
I can't
wait. Plus, weather up here, Abby, I don't know about you down there, but the weather up here, it is freezing. It is brutal in New York. Jenny can attest to this. All of a sudden, it went from 80 to 50, and there's not.
I love it, though.
No 70s. 70s don't exist anymore. I
don't even know. It just skipped right over the 70s, but I like the weather, so I love a good hoodie.
It's been the 50s here, too, but in the morning. Just the morning. Then it gets up to the 70s.
No cold weather. I got time for that.
I love fall. Love fall. Love looks, fall weather. Katie's gonna break out those thigh-high Timberlands.
Oh no!
I forgot about those with the little strings in the back,
crossback satchel.
And people, when I say I forgot about those, not like I forgot about them, like they sitting in my closet somewhere. It ain't like that. We had a picture. I could just see some people like, oh yeah, so he do got the thigh-high Timberland sitting in. No, I ain't got no thigh-high Timberland, son.
I mean, listen, whatever you're into behind closed doors is on you. We're not judging. A couple more things, though, since we're in the whole legal system topic. Aretha Franklin apparently was allegedly tracked by the FBI for 40 years. What in the world could they possibly be looking for Miss Aretha? I don't know.
Because our government has. Well, you got to remember Aretha Franklin from back in the days where they always thought that all the black people was about to raise up against him because they probably should have at that time. So they was watching all them people. I bet they watch. You're gonna find out they got records on all them people from back in the days because they knew that if all them black people got together and actually tried to go against the government, it was got to be a problem. Just like if they did it right now, it'd still be a problem. It's
now, Cadence, we're being listened to and watched 24/7. Everyone, just take out your phones
all day long.
Yeah, when they were talking about implanting tracking devices, I'm like, but that's what the phone is for. Like they don't need to implant.
They don't
anything.
need to.
People are glued to the phones.
I used to tell people that all the time. You're holding on to it.
Right, like what are we talking about?
When I worked for T-Mobile, I used to have so many people tell me like, I don't want to do this because I'm giving up my privacy. And I'm like, you gave up your privacy the moment you push sign in on that phone when you started your services. They know everything about you and they have all that information.
Even when you turn it off,
all the ads that pop up, those random ads, you talk about something, next thing you know, it's on your phone.
You're like,
time out. I was talking about something crazy, right? Some conspiracy, whatever you want to call it, etc. And I'm talking about they tracking us and listening to us, right? Tell me why. I've never, I need to know if any of y'all ever had this. I had to screenshot it because I was like, no way. This thing, right? The phone, okay?
What is that?
The little thing, if y'all can see it.
Spatial audio.
Personalized spatial audio. So I'm like, what does it say? And it says, use your iPhone to scan your ear geometry for improvable spatial audio.
Okay.
What?
Learn something new.
What? Yo, I asked other people, I was like, have you ever seen this on your phone? I said, I started talking crazy on my phone and this shit popped up. I said, never again. I said, I gotta shut up. I said, this is crazy. I said, they literally put something saying they want to scan my geometry of my ear, of my ear.
Geometry. I was waiting for you to correct yourself.
No, but what does that mean? I don't understand. What does that mean? Like, you're gonna scan my ear? Are you gonna put something in it while you scanning it? What's gonna happen?
That's crazy.
I've never seen that in my phone. The fact that it said it wants to enhance the audio so it could listen to me basically better. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it wants to hear your theories.
That's a little sketch, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was so sketchy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, at my phone, and it went boop, and it just popped up as soon as I finished talking about it. And I was like, what the fuck is
this? We got that's hilarious. Everybody out there now, if you didn't know, now you know. Ria's always got the 411 on everything, though. A couple more things. A couple more things for our pop culture news for this week. Chris Evans and Odell Beckham Jr. have also invested into a dog food brand. So for the dog lovers out there that are looking to find a healthier alternative for your little furry friends, just know that Chris Evans and Odell Beckham Jr. are coming to the rescue with a great new line. I think it's called Jinx. And I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a joke or a punchline, but JINX. And it's supposed to be premium food for your pups. So keep an eye out for that. That should be coming out soon. And also, Kim Kardashian paid $1.26 million in a settlement after the SEC. That always sounds so weird to say that. The SEC, I guess, filed charges against her for cryptocurrency promo that she did because she did not disclose that it was a paid ad. So for all of you out there into this whole crypto thing, crypto this, crypto that, meta space world, whatever, just know if you're out here promoting and you're being paid, you might want to disclose that because they are not playing any games.
Really? You're supposed to say that it's an ad?
Yes. If you're being paid to advertise it. Yep, sure are. Yeah. You got anything for us today, Jenny?
Wake up every morning.
They're my morning show.
Yeah. It's time to get that morning fix with Jenny Ruby, a.k.a. Dr. Jenny, on the Abbie Knights Show.
I do, because last week was kind of crazy for me. So I'm going to go over doppelgangers. I don't know if you guys read an article recently about it. It came out on CNN. Now it's just kind of flooding the internet. So last week I kind of tried to talk about, since I was jet lagged, about briefly went over some facts about twins that was inspired by the fashion show that took place in Milan that utilized sets of twins to have as models walk down the runway, which I thought was pretty cool. But what about someone who is not your actual blood-related twin, but looks just like you? So known as a doppelganger is someone who shares the same uncanny resemblance as yourself without actually being related to you. So I'm sure all of us at some point in our lives have had someone tell us that we have a twin look-alike, whether it be a celebrity, a random person in your city, or someone on social media. Actually, someone recently tagged me and was like, this is your twin. So just to put things into perspective, there are about 7.7 billion people in this world, and we all have about 6 other complete strangers walking around right now that look just like you. So they could literally be anywhere, like on an island, in a cave, anywhere. So the most interesting thing about these strangers, the most interesting thing about these strangers who are our very own doppelgangers is that we also share similar DNA patterns with these other 6 people, possibly even more than your own relatives. So a recent study done in Barcelona, Spain, shout out Abbie, by Manel Esteller, with 16 sets of doppelgangers, so strangers, who shared these same genetic similarities, also had similar weight, lifestyle factors, behavioral traits like smoking, and even the same level of education. So it's a reminder that someone who shares your physical appearance, and genes may potentially influence the habit and behavioral traits that you carry. So researchers, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking. So like you know how you I don't want to say like you women, but you know what I mean. You know, like women, you guys kind of you fluctuate through weight, kind of gain weight, lose weight, and stuff like that. Like there's 6 people just like you going through that at the same time. Like
it has a similar pattern, apparently, because I guess your DNA pattern it constructs like your skin, your tone, the suppleness, and just kind of the way that you. I mean, obviously, your environment will kind of gear you towards like the way that you dress or something, your style, but your DNA pattern. So with that being said, with these new findings, it can be used in the future for medicine and forensics by facial recognition. So I think that's pretty crazy. So basically in the article, it's saying that if you have 6 people that look like you, and they ran their faces through like this digital facial recognition thing, and
how'd they find the people?
There was a photographer. She's been capturing doppelgangers for like the past 30-40 years, and they gathered them together and they took their DNA and they did a facial recognition for these faces, and some of them the system read them as identical twins, and one set of twins read as it was the same person. So in the future, if someone were to leave their DNA at a criminal scene and it were to construct a forensics by facial recognition, it could be one of the 6 other people walking around this world. So you can get charged for something and your face would be plastered all over social media because of this DNA finding that is now your doppelganger walking around. So I thought that was interesting. Like there's literally 6 people right now walking around that look just like us, and they might be a little bit heavier or smaller, but we all have like similar
that's what's
genetics. Up. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was weird. Cool.
That is super interesting. I don't think I would want to meet my twin, but that's kind
of. I know, it would be weird. I'm like, would I be attracted to her or not?
That'd be a little
I'm about to
strange.
get online when we get done. I'm about to put an ad out. Somebody holler at me.
There's a website I read that you put your photo and it's going to read your face, and for other people, it's kind of like ancestry at this point, and it's going to pair you with your other doppelganger if they have already done it.
I just love you, Jenny. Just a whole just bank of information.
I'm so interested in this. I want to meet the person that looks like me. Like,
it's literally new.
So
like
cool.
it's a new finding that they share the same genetics, almost like twins. It's so
that
weird.
Is really. I'm very interested.
This is the nerdy part of me.
Jenny, you already know what time it is.
It is question of the day, baby. What fastens two people yet touches only one? A seatbelt?
First of all, fasten. I just want to know, Jenny. I messed up today. Did you look this up?
No.
It's a wedding ring.
Oh, a wedding ring.
It's a wedding ring.
Say it again.
I was thinking.
What fastens two people yet touches only one? A seatbelt technically can't only. Well, I guess no, because it doesn't fasten two people.
Remember, Jenny was talking about she be doing stuff. She done been in the car driving and everything, you know. So
you know what? Technically, that could have been that scenario.
Babies driving, so there you go. That works.
Driving. The last time I drove an ATV.
She doesn't. No. She forgot the story she told us. Jenny's just right over your head. Your multitasking abilities when somebody else is driving.
Oh yeah. When I was doing it, yeah.
I can't, bro. So I thought that was really interesting. What fastens two people yet touches only one? I mean,
I don't like that question.
You didn't even give me a chance to answer it. You didn't even give me a chance. You know I'm the GOAT on these.
I wanted to hear the other perspectives on this.
I know, but Rhea, we can't hear you. For some reason, it says you muted yourself.
Moving her mouth. We need your audio to
the
geometry of your ears to be scanned to hear you. They're gonna mute you until this happens.
You didn't scan your spatial audio.
I tell them every day. I know y'all can hear me. I'm woke. I hear y'all too. I know.
Alexa's about to be woke too. Watch. Just because you did that.
I literally talk to her and tell her too. I know you hear me.
Well, see, here's the thing. Right. What had happened was there was a mistake made when the info went out for today's show, and the question was on there. So I assumed all you guys cheated and went to the internet.
Oh, I didn't even see
I would have said wedding ring if that was the case. I would have got it right.
Yeah, I definitely would have got it right off top. I didn't even pay attention to that.
I thought maybe you were messing with me because you answered so quickly. But yeah, it's a wedding ring. So it's the one thing that can basically cause two people to be linked to each other, but only touches one person.
None of us pay attention.
That question could really go a lot of different
And none of us are married.
True.
Yeah.
This is very, very
there
true.
You go.
Wah, wah, wah.
No, I still ain't even figured out which hand the ring goes on. Which hand does it go on?
The left.
Your toe ring.
Supposed to go on your left one.
Yeah, your toe.
Your toe. It's a toe ring. Can you get married and get a toe ring? Like if you got a foot fetish?
I'm sure that would be a good. For someone who has a foot fetish, they would love to propose to a foot.
Ew. Yeah, that would be
definitely
so weird. But it's such a thing.
This just went all the way left.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%.
Fetishes.
You be out in the sand somewhere, you know, and you're like,
oh, bestiality, it's called.
Yeah.
I cannot. Well, you can't put an engagement ring on that because then they wouldn't be able to put a sock on. But sis, what you doing today?
Flat like a Cartier.
You keeping it real with us today or not?
A Cartier toe ring. Not as an engagement ring.
Know, always 100.
Welcome to Talks Radio. Talks Radio, where we keep it all the way real with our girl DJ Rhea. What's the tea, sis?
Well, anyways, keeping it real out there, y'all. Tia and Tamara, if y'all remember them, sister, love that show growing up.
Twins,
guys. Tia is getting divorced after she's been married forever. I think it was 15, 16 years or something to this guy, right? It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
I don't even know how long. 14 years. 14 years to be exact, actually. So yeah.
Same thing at this point.
Yeah. I feel like she was a beard for him, but hey, we'll keep it pushing.
For those of you that don't know what beard is, tell them what a beard is.
Yes, a beard is someone that covers for someone else that is homosexual, I guess, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's-
Like men have a beard and women play the role as their beard.
Yes.
That's the term.
I thought it was that he was ugly, so she made him look better by the beard. That's what I thought
Yeah.
that was.
So that's why I was like,
Right.
yeah, I know a
That's
lot
a
of
good
people
one.
don't
That's a
understand
good
that
one.
term. So
Yeah, but
That's
no,
a good-
like
that's a
you're
good,
the cover up. You're the
Yeah, you're
beard. You're
cover-up.
covering, you know,
Wow.
what he's hiding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
I
So we
get you.
learned something new. See, everybody see. Everybody-
Educational,
we learned
okay.
something new.
word of the day.
Oh, and then obviously, topic of always every week. Yay, Kanye, Kanye, Yeezy, Weezy, whatever.
Oh Lord.
In the news again. I know we had discussed probably before the situation, but he is in the news again because he is having beef with Tremaine Emory, who is Virgil's best friend. So he's telling him to keep his name out of his mouth. He literally goes off on a rant. He's like, I got to draw the line here. You cannot be using Virgil's death in your yay is the victim campaign in front of your, he said, psychopath peanut algorithm gallery. He said, your friend Virgil, Negro, please. This last time this year, you said Virgil's designs are a disgrace to the Black community in front of all your employees at Yeezy. He calls out all these people. He says, ask Lucette Holland. He goes, I got all the receipts. Don't let me get into things that you said after his death. Like, he didn't even want to get into that. He said, yay, tell the people why you didn't get invited to Virgil's actual funeral, the one before the public one at the museum. You knew Virgil had terminal cancer and you rode on him in group chats at Yeezy and in interviews. You are so broken. Keep Virgil's name out your mouth. Keep all these other people out of your mouth and your name. He goes, you are not a victim. You are just an insecure narcissist that's dying for validation from the fashion world. Take care.
Isn't that a
and
pot
at
calling
least
of?
we will always have Uganda. I was
Isn't
like,
that
what?
the pot calling the kettle black? And somebody needs to
Wow.
get him back to the doctor's office so he can up his meds a little bit. Because as a billionaire, you should have way more bigger things to worry about. He just made this dude more famous. I mean, I didn't even know who this guy was now until you just told us who he was. You know, so I don't know.
Neither did
That's
I.
crazy.
But he's defending his friend, so that's his best friend. He should stand up for him. And if
I will say though,
Says who? Says who? Is
I
that
would defend my
confirmed
best
that
friend like that
Virgil
if
and
someone's
Kanye were
riding the
best
coattails
friends?
of his death.
Or were they really best friends, or was Kanye like, yeah, that's my best friend, and Virgil like, man, that's not my best. I mean, we cool. Don't get me wrong, but that ain't
Oh,
my
that's what I
best
mean. That's what I'm
friend.
saying. I'm talking about the other guy. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
because the other guy's his best friend, Tremaine Emory, who's the one who spoke
okay.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the
Gotcha.
supreme
I'm talking
creative director.
which is
Gotcha.
it's a big deal. Obviously, Virgil isn't around anymore. May he rest in peace. To defend himself, but Kanye is on one lately. Have you seen the White Lives Matter campaign that he's put out?
No, what?
On the black
No, he
t-shirts,
is
having
on a
all
move.
black models wearing these shirts. Yeah.
Can
I'm
you-
so confused.
So
Didn't he just go
I
on
know-
a
I
rant
know
on
you
social
guys-
media talking about Kim not being able to choose the right school for his black children and
When doesn't he go on a rant? Though?
all these things?
I need to have a meeting with my black community so we can figure out what the law is on what one good thing you can do equals how many bad things you can do, because Kanye got to be
Right,
close to that
thank
level
you.
right now. You know, like he said, George Bush don't care about black people. He got hella black points for that. He been doing a lot of stuff to negatively since then. So when do we get to the opposite side of that? Because
Right.
White Lives Matter shirt is probably one of the most crazy. Besides him wearing the damn hat back in the day, you know, and talking about slavery was an issue. This is right above that as far as, you know, how bad that is. You know, like that's crazy.
Well,
I don't
and
know
the
what
fact that
Kanye
it
up
was
to.
Sunken place.
the fact
He's in
that
a
it's
sunken place.
all black models, I think is making enough of a statement within itself. You know.
And the fact that he's doing it with Candace Owens, with her little crazy self. You know,
Right.
Like, it just-
That's the first post I just seen right now. I just opened
She's
social
a
media.
lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just like I don't know.
Why is
If it's a
Facebook like
marketing
that?
scheme for him, it was a really poor choice, because that was not the right topic to try to use to get yourself, free media exposure.
Facts.
But we'll have something else for you guys with Kanye next week, because can't
Oh, he
stop.
just
won't
posted
stop.
this. Everyone knows that Black Lives Matter was a scam. Now it's over. You're welcome. this is Kanye West.
Oh my God.
Okay. Anyway.
He's doing it to offset the Black Lives Matters. I guess because of the housing that was purchased or something. I don't know.
I don't know. It don't make sense. It's not.
But the White Lives Matter. Come on, like, you could have said that another way.
For has nothing to do with what that personal individual and her camp have done. So everybody get listen.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Being all
I'm just
sensitive
like,
and all this. No, let's
I'm
state
just reading
the
these
facts
posts
like
right
that.
now.
Just because that one person was trying to literally make a statement and stand for something, what they do in their personal, because they found greed and all that, that's their personal life and their personal
I agree.
activity. The bigger matter is Black Lives Matter, and that is something that we actually stand behind. So, speaking for myself, anyone else can go whatever.
I agree with that.
I second that. Yeah, right.
Whatever,
Exactly.
whatever she did for that
still
greed
could have had
moment
a good point
is separate
that,
from the people that actually supported the movement.
There you go. And he could still have a good point without trying to do it that way. You know, he could still say that, that the people who are running this aren't doing it the correct way, because there's a lot of us out here who feel that. Like, yes, they're not running that organization, or their money's been going to the wrong place. Yes, we agree with that. But to sit out here and put a White Lives Matter, most people who wear a White Lives Matter shirt don't care about Black people. And that's a fact. You know what I mean? So let's stop that, Kanye. Come on, grow up, bro. That's
Even
crazy.
if he's trying to make a point with all the black models and all of that, like, no.
There was a lot of other ways he could have gone about delivering that message in a more impactful way without disrespecting an entire culture, which is what I feel like he's doing. Like he's
his
doing
own culture.
The whole culture appropriating thing. It's almost like he's creating a whole new lane for what that means in society today by almost like mocking it with what he's doing with these shirts. I mean, come on now, like. I'm not even gonna give like my full opinion on that, because we'd probably be bleeping everything out. But I think that really ties into our topic for today.
It's still going.
I read.
Sorry, it's still going on social media. There's like new posts.
It's gonna be going. It's gonna be going because people are feeling extremely offended. But I came across a quote that said, "We're a sad generation with happy pictures," and I don't think I have read anything that real in years, because I really feel like that is the truth. We probably have one of the saddest generations today that front like life is great. There are so many depressed people behind the biggest smiles that you see, from Hollywood to your everyday to day life that you might work with, people you see every day that look super happy, and they go home and they are incredibly depressed. And so I think it's more important now than ever to check on your friends and your loved ones, like actually take the time to pay attention, make sure people feel thought of and cared about, and not just, what's a nice way to say this? Don't call people just out of need. It's not that hard to send a text message and tell someone, hey, I was just thinking of you. How you doing? Are you good? Are you okay? Because it really is true. I think people have gotten really good at deception in this generation. Everybody's very good about putting on this front that life is good because people don't want to be judged, when in reality it's not. And I've
been doing some extra words on that, in the love languages, where you're talking about like words of affirmation and stuff, and and a lot of people never hear the words like "I love you" from their family members and things like that.
Crazy.
And I've been working on that type of stuff since we talked about that before. And it's like, you don't ever realize, like, you may have been somebody who your parents always said, I love you, and then there's people who are completely functional running around here who parents have never told them, I love you. So that's why they seek that type of love. So sometimes it's cool just to tell somebody like, hey, I love you. I care about you. I just want to let you know that I appreciate you.
Jeffrey Dahmer, okay?
Makes a big difference.
What Cadence says makes the hugest difference. If you actually, when I rewatched the whole Jeffrey Dahmer and looked at the psychological aspect of stuff, he was killing people after the point when he literally was like, why are you leaving me? He's like, are you leaving me? These people always wanted to leave. They had to go to work. They weren't leaving him. And then when he had the situation, if you guys haven't seen it yet, when he does find a relationship with a black male he actually cares about, when the guy tells him he has to leave, he goes insane and it just snaps, and he has to go and kill this person that he actually really cared for and was dating, and like he might have made a difference and change. But if you go back to the psychological part of it, his family argued all the time. The mom and dad always left. The mom left him. She's like, I'm leaving. You staying here with your father. The dad, I'm leaving. He even asked his dad at one point, Dad, are you going to leave too? And he's like, what are you talking about? You know, so like you guys really have to understand those little things make such a big difference, but then also could be so detrimental to someone's life because of words. Like, you know, the sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, right? Everybody is so sensitive these days, and the littlest thing can trigger people. It's the saddest thing, but why do you think we have so many school shootings, all this other stuff? People been bullied, like cyberbullying. All of this is a real thing. Like words really do hurt, but also the positive the affirmation side, how you were just discussing, those are so powerful and can literally change your whole day around, can change your whole life around. If you like, there's apps out there too that you can find positive affirmations, and you get pop-ups every day like, hey, and it will tell you things, you know what I'm saying? But you really need that. And if you have a good support team and friends that could tell you they love you, family members, other people, like Cadence just said, it's so important to like work on that. Because positive and negative, like they are both powerful energies, and literally you can speak anything into existence. So
words are very powerful. So, you know, make sure you guys are doing everything you can to be positive. It makes a big difference. Your state of mind has a lot to do with the energy you put out and what comes back to you as well. So keep that in mind. Also, before we go to break, Brittany Griner's appeal hearing is scheduled for the end of this month. Finally, hopefully this all gets resolved and they send her back home. This whole situation is so...
I think October 25th, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I understand she shouldn't have taken that, but I mean, the repercussions she's facing are not a joke. So we'll keep you guys posted. You know, obviously, once any new updates or details arise from her hearing. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Make sure you don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Abbie Knights Show.
In the building, man.
What's poppin', Talks fam? You can now listen to our show on demand. To keep up with our latest shows, some of our favorite moments, and exclusive interviews, make sure you head over to iHeart Radio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.